A glass of water was lifted for a sip and placed back down after finishing dinner. After a morning meeting, Mevika had an appointment with a client alongside her father in the late afternoon. By evening, they went to a restaurant to have dinner together. It's nice to have a meal out together. It's been a long time since we last did this, Nutakorn said to his daughter. We should bring Mom along next time, Mevika replied with a smile. She had finished eating shortly after her father and was feeling full. That would be good. Ever since you started helping at the company, we've all been busy with work and hardly eat out together anymore, except for the rare times you come home for dinner. Try to come home for dinner more often. It's not easy to have regular family meals once you're not single anymore, Nutakorn said with a teasing smile. But I am single. You sure? He countered. You seem like someone who's keeping things on hold with someone. Dad, you act like you know everything. And what if I'm not holding back anymore? Would you stop me? Are you ready to tell your father? The other day, you started talking about it, but you still haven't told me. I have nothing more to say, Mevika shook her head quickly. She glanced at her phone screen and was surprised to see a message pop up from Awarin. Awarin, I'm here. Haven't you arrived yet? Mevika frowned at the message. She didn't understand. What did Awarin mean? She didn't think texting back and forth would suddenly make things easier, especially after a week of tension between them. But she still had to reply, Maple. What? Where are you? Awarin, at the place on the invitation you sent me. I'm already waiting in the room. Waiting in the room? Mevika frowned in confusion. She hadn't made any plans. What's wrong? Nutakorn noticed his daughter's odd expression and asked. The invitation. As soon as she said the word invitation, she remembered the one she received today. And then it clicked. It can't be. She quickly typed a reply to Awarin. Maple, I never sent you an invitation. Maple, where did you get it? Go home right now. Mevika waited for Awarin to read the message immediately, but this time there was no sign that she had opened it. Just a moment ago, Awarin had been reading messages right away. No, read it. Hurry up. Read it now. Mevika, what's wrong? Nutakorn was growing concerned as he saw his daughter looking more anxious than usual. Dad, Mevika blurted out urgently. I think I have to hurry and go find someone. The sound of the doorknob turning made Awarin tense. She had been waiting to finally see the person who had invited her here. She quickly locked her phone and slipped it into her small shoulder bag. Then she lifted her head, just as someone stepped into the room and closed the door behind them. The distinct click of the lock echoed in the quiet space. Well, look who I have as my special guest tonight. Familiar voice and face made Awarin freeze in shock. Ration, you, how did you get here? Her first thought was, what is he doing here? How did he get here, and why is walking towards her? But as he stepped closer, a chilling realization hit her. I've made a mistake. Of course I'm here. I booked this place myself, Ration said smoothly. I got a nice corner room, very private. Perfect for a gathering of up to 15 people. But I only booked it for 2. Plenty of space for just the 2 of us. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? I didn't make an appointment with you. I'm leaving. Awarin quickly stood up and moved toward the door. Ration quickly grabbed Awarin's arm, pulling her back. Hold on, don't be in such a rush. Sit down and talk with me first. I have a lot things to discuss with you. I have nothing to talk about with, said loudly, trying to yank her arm free. But I have, and you have to stay. Ration forced her to sit down. If you sit and talk nicely, I promise I'll be a perfect gentleman. Gentleman, that's just an act. Don't force me. Let me go. I'm asking you nicely. Don't be rude to me. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, and it's rare to get you alone like this. Sit properly. He slid his arm around Awarin's waist, pressing closer, but Awarin quickly moved away. Ration grabbed her again. This time he gave her a little space but spoke in a low, threatening tone. You humiliated me before. Then you messed things up by running around telling people, especially Mevika. And I'm very interested in her right now. I think you owe me, don't you? If you make it up to me, maybe I'll be very kind to you. Awarin froze. His words were polite on the surface, but the threat underneath was clear. She wanted to run. She needed to get out of here. But Ration's grip kept her in place. She had to find another chance to escape. 2 kilometers left, Mevika said while staring at the GPS anxiously. Dad, I don't want you to speed, but I'm scared we'll be too late. I don't know what's happening right now. Her voice was tense and her thoughts were racing. I got it. I'll go as fast as I can safely. Nutakorn pressed the accelerator a little more. Good thing we weren't far from there after dinner. What's the place called again? Villa Knight, right? I'll look for the sign, just guide me properly. Yes, Dad. Mevika answered softly. She kept glancing at the map, then back at the road, anxiety twisting in her stomach. Nutakorn noticed his daughter's growing distress. He could see how worried she was, so he spoke up almost to himself. He messaged you to say where she is. Seems like you two know each other well. Mevika, who had been staring out the window, froze for a moment. She thought back to the times she and Awerin met often. Then she decided to be honest with her father. Yes, we know each other well, she admitted. There was no point hiding it. Soon, her father would probably find out even more about her and Awerin. We know each other very well. There's something interesting I've been curious about, Ration said as he casually used the remote to select a slow international karaoke song. He was still sitting close to Awerin, pressing against her slightly. Meanwhile, she stayed silent, trying to stay calm and find a chance to escape. This wasn't a completely private place. It was a karaoke bar with other rooms occupied by customers. But the walls blocked any view from outside, and this room was tucked deep inside the building, away from the others. Outside the room, there was a small balcony with a table for smoking. But Ration didn't seem like he was planning to step out anytime soon. You and Mevika seem pretty close. I wonder what kind of relationship you two have. Ever since that day you went off to talk in private, I found it interesting. More interesting than that whole auction deal you two were arguing over. It felt like there was something else going on. He smiled. So I had someone look into it. Turns out you run 3 bars, but there's one bar you like to be at all the time. A bar for women who like other women. That was surprising. If you like women, then Mevika probably doesn't feel the same way, does she? I mean, what are the odds that 2 beautiful women would share the same taste? Wouldn't that be a shame? Awerin's eyes darkened. What century are you living in? You still think like that. Wow, your brain is so outdated. She smirked mockingly. Judge my way of thinking. You're the strange one. There are plenty of men out there, yet you choose to like women. That's not normal. His voice turned smug. Do you want to know what normal really is? You keep rejecting it, but if you never try, you'll never know. So you're saying that what you do is normal, but what other people like isn't? Awerin laughed coldly. Honestly, the most abnormal person here is you. The only thing you have going for you is your money. All you do is use it to satisfy your own desires. The rest of you, completely useless, empty. If you ever got control of Greater, this country would be doomed having someone as backward thinking as you in charge. Don't look down on me, Ration shot back. Plenty of women want a rich man. Take them to one expensive dinner and they'll fall right into your arms. The only reason you're different is that you already have money. Makes you acting arrogant all high. Or maybe, are you acting like a man like me? Urin scoffed. Me, want to be like you. She made an exaggerated gagging noise. I'm perfectly fine being me, and I like what I like. You're the last person I need to explain that to. She narrowed her eyes. Tell me, aside from using your connections to dig up dirt on others just to win, what exactly are you good at? You inspire no one. No smart woman would ever want you as the father of her child. What the hell are you talking about now? What connections? You know exactly what I mean. If you do win, it won't be because of your intelligence. It'll be because you cheated before the competition even started. That's why you're doing everything but using your own brain to win. Ration's eyes darkened. You know too much about me. He took a sip from his drink, then slid another glass toward Awerin. Not drinking, and I'm leaving. I'm not ready for you to leave yet. Ration smirked. Rejected me too many times. Sure, I tried to move on, but I regret letting you go. And now, when I started paying attention to Mevika, you got in the way. So I changed my mind. I think I'd rather focus on you instead. He leaned in, his voice turning amused. Let's see what I can do with a woman as arrogant as you. Awerin's jaw clenched. Do whatever you want, it won't change my mind. Just have a drink with me for a little while. I won't keep you long, just one drink and then I'll let you go. Help me make this special room reservation worth it, Ration said, handing Awerin a glass. Drink. Awerin hesitated. She didn't want to take it, but she had no choice. She accepted the glass, pretending to sip lightly, even though she felt uneasy about drinking it at all. She had seen him pour from the same bottle in front of her. Nothing looked suspicious. But that didn't mean she trusted him. Still, given the situation, she had no other option. Good, Ration smirked, satisfied as Awerin finally took a drink. Dad, I'm going in first, Mevika told her father, glancing at the card she had gotten from Ration. I need to find this room. Please hurry and follow me. She was anxious. Though they had finally arrived, she still couldn't shake the fear that she was too late. Be careful going in alone. Ask the staff for help. All right, I'll be right behind you. Okay. Mevika quickly got out of the car, shut the door, and rushed into the building. She went straight to the front desk. Where's the blue sky room? It's at the very back. It's currently reserved. I'm here for that room. That room is booked for a private dinner and business discussion. The guest requested that anyone who comes asking must be announced first. Then go and report it. I'll come with you. Sorry, but you'll have to wait here. I have to get permission first. It's the customer's order. Don't you realize how suspicious this is? A private karaoke room where the customer orders not to be disturbed. If something goes wrong, no one would ever know. My friend was tricked into coming here. I don't even know if she's okay right now. Your friend was tricked? The staff member asked, looking surprised. What's going on? Another female staff member approached, noticing the situation. Seeing the tension, she quickly went to call the restaurant manager. At that moment, Nutacorn arrived after parking the car. How was it? How is it? Mevika sighed heavily, turning to her father before glaring at the staff, who still stood there clueless, making no effort to help. I am going back. Inside the room, Awarin reached to set her glass down and stood up, ready to leave. But Ration blocked her path with his arm. Finish your drink first, then you can leave. I don't want to drink anymore. Stop forcing me. Managed to put the glass down after only taking 2 sips. Ration smiled, setting down his own drink. I don't like rejection, but fine if that's your choice. He turned to her, shifting closer and leaning in. What are you doing? Back off. I think we should have some fun first. After all, it's just the 2 of us here. You came all this way to see me in private. I didn't come to see you. I came for Mevika. You must really like her, huh? So you're serious about her. That makes things even more interesting. It's kind of like me being interested in her. Or in you. I think I understand what it's like to be drawn to a woman. But you're a woman yourself. It's a shame if you waste your beauty and fire on the wrong thing. I'm really curious. If the woman you like is anything like you, just how fiery can she be? Take your disgusting, vile hunger somewhere else. Awarin spat as she scrambled away on the sofa. If that's how you see me, I can't change your mind. So instead of wasting it, I'd rather share it with you. Away from me. She pushed him with all her strength, but he grabbed her wrist and pushed her down onto the sofa. She struggled until she broke free, then quickly grabbed the glass of drink that she hadn't finished and threw it at the door with all her strength. The loud crash of glass shattering filled the room. Outside, Mevika whipped her head toward the sound. She had been arguing with the staff, who insisted on notifying the room's occupant before letting her in. They were still negotiating when the noise interrupted them. Dad, that sound, Mevika gasped. Move aside, we're checking it ourselves. Nutacorn snapped at the staff, his patience gone. The employees, startled by the crash, quickly stepped aside, following as Nutacorn strode toward the room with Mevika running behind him. What the hell do you think you're doing? Ration shouted, furious at Awarin for throwing the glass. He pinned her down harder. I thought I wouldn't have to use force once the drug kicked in, but I guess I'll have to change my approach. Me go, you evil bastard. Awarin twisted, then kicked Ration's crotch with her high heel just as he leaned in closer. She quickly turned to crawl away from the sofa. Ouch! Ration let out a pained groan, doubling over, but he still managed to grab onto her suit jacket as she tried to crawl away. At that moment, the door burst open with a loud bang, slamming against the wall. Ration's head snapped toward the sudden intrusion. Ran straight at him, teeth clenched in fury. Threw a punch, landing it squarely on his face. What the hell are you doing? Ouch! Ration groaned for the second time that night, collapsing onto the sofa. He twisted around to see who had barged in. When he spotted Nutacorn storming in, followed by 3 staff members, his face paled. Why are you all here? I'm just using the room I paid for. Using the room. Nutacorn marched up and grabbed Ration by the collar, yanking him up. Scum like you belong in a jail cell, not a private room. AI. Taking advantage of the chaos, Mevika rushed around the sofa toward Awarin, who was struggling to sit up, keeping as much distance from Ration as possible. Maple. Awarin whispered, called out that name softly. She hadn't expected Mevika to be the one to come for her. She was exhausted, her body trembling from shock. The moment Mevika reached her, Awarin lunged forward and clung to her tightly. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Mevika hugged her back, gently running a hand over Awarin's back, feeling the slight tremors in her body. Awarin tried to speak, but her voice faltered. It's okay. You're safe now. Mevika cut in before she could struggle with the words. She focused on calming Awarin down, sensing just how shaken she was. It was the first time Mevika had ever seen Awarin truly afraid. Right now, nothing else mattered. She just needed to be the person Awarin could lean on.